What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and I'm going to be showing off this replay. And why is it a replay? Well, I forgot to hit record. And it is against the AI, but I want to show more or less what Gishkis can do now that Gus Kraken is back at 3. And admittedly, it does require a little bit of luck, but it's just more of what it's possible to do now that this card's at 3. And if you guys want to send in your deck list of ways you possibly improve it and everything, our email's in the description. But let's just get into the replay. So, as you can see, the reason I play the Monarchs is because you can search, because this has the stats of a Monarch. Alright. Now, this is to fuel the hand. Okay. And the Hieratics are here because they don't care how they're tributed. So this is going to allow you to keep going with your things. And it's going to allow you to just throw out monsters left and right, so you can make big boards or hand loop them. Okay. Now we get to watch as it goes off. Okay, so this card is also very important, and so is Shadow. These two cards are very important to the deck. If you are playing a hand loop, I don't see a way to really do it without these. But yeah, we'll keep going now. And a lot of it's going to be repetition. You're going to watch me do the same thing over and over and over again. And in this replay, I did get lucky. I have done it before without Pot of Avarice, but you will see that the Pot of Avarice does come into play. So we do that, and then Link Summon for Saryuja. Saryuja isn't necessarily important either, but it is nice to have. Salvage is good. We're going to reset everything. And the deck list might be a little different because I have been trying to upgrade it a little bit. But as you can see, I have successfully hand looped my opponent because of Gishki Shadow's second ability. So it allows you to discard to add a ritual spell card. And obviously, as you can tell from the number of times I've activated this turn, it's not a hard once per turn. But it also lets you count as a ritual for a whole tribute for exactly for a ritual monster. So this allows me to take the last card out of their hand. I didn't really think of a way to make this ending field a little bit better. Yeah, and it says I lose because time's up, but it's honestly because I just kept extending and the time limit on YGO Pro. But realistically, and as I've gotten better with the deck, that doesn't happen. Now we're going to jump into the deck list. And like I said, the deck list might be a little different. But for the most part, the only thing that really changed is the extra deck. So these were cards I was playing. I was playing more Avarices, and it just didn't work out and everything. But anyway, 2 Labradorite Dragons, just because they are summoned from these. 1 Full Metal Red Eyes Darkness Metal. It is allowed to be summoned off of Atum, which is neat. The Hieratic Engine, as I explained before, because they just throw out monsters and they allow you to keep making Constellar M7. I'm playing one of this, and I'm only playing one of it because of there was a lot of awkward moments and everything, and I realized that, like, if I just had this one, because it can be normal summon without tribute, and the Prime Monarch, I can make a rank 5, and Blades seem like the best one, because this is also a light monster, and I can also, or I can kind of start acting like I'm playing Hieratics, where you normal summon, and then use this special summon itself by tributing this, and everything, and kind of go off that way artificially. we're playing 3 Shadows and 2 Abyss and only 1 Gishki Vision now. And the reason why is because I kept drawing, in my test hands, I kept drawing the 1 Gishki Vision, and it was really awkward and led to a lot more bricks than you would think. And the Shadows were the most important ones to draw, as well as Abyss is good because it searches out all of these. It searches out all your Gishkis, and it's not a hard once per turn, so I can special summon it off my Saryuja, for example. That's another thing to do. Like I said in the replay, I am playing a Monarch engine with Pantheism and Tenacity and Prime. Tenacity is good because you can. This is, like I said, this is Monarch stats, so it's 2400 and 1000. So you can reveal this and get the Pantheism, or if you have the Pantheism in hand already, you can reveal this and then get the Prime Monarch, and it's an easy discard, and this is another monster to link summon into. Next up is the search card for the Hieratics, just because it kind of is necessary to have them to keep going, and this is really good. Pot of Avarice, as you've seen, there'll be times where you will be close to it, but you can't quite get there. That's what this is for. Upstart Goblin, just because you're not really caring about life points anyway, because you're just trying to hand loop them, and even if you can't hand loop them, the 1000 life points aren't going to matter most of the time. This card's also really important for the deck, and when you have this card, it kind of changes how you play in your hand. If you can already get, your ritual summoning spamming going, this card kind of changes how you play a little bit, because instead of doing what you saw in the replay where I shuffle in the mirror to add this back to my hand from my graveyard, you play this instead and add another one, and then add the mirror back from your graveyard, because it gets the ritual spell from the graveyard to the hand. So it's a +1 in card economy to let you keep going. Salvage also is very important for the deck. You need it to recycle your Shadows or your Gishki Vision sometimes, but it's mainly to recure the Shadows and then an Abyss more than anything. Vision hasn't really come up. I mean, it came up once, I think, and that was it. 3 mirrors, obviously. There's an argument that you could probably cut this down to 2 and then find a different thing, because I've never had more than 2 mirrors in my hand at one time, and drawing multiple mirrors suck. But there are times where you need to search for another copy of mirror, so just keep that in mind to run 2 if you want to at the bare minimum. And then obviously the Prime Monarch for the Monarch package. We're going to get into the extra deck. As you saw, I'm playing 1 copy of Gaia. Gaia also pushes for OTKs with the Atum if we're going for the Hieratics and everything, which is, something to keep in mind. I could play, as you saw, I could have made a level 8 Synchro because this is a tuner, and this is that. So that's something I could try out as well. You do need to play 3 of these. You only saw 2 in the replay, but most of the time when you're doing the hand loop, you need to use all 3 of these. I had Photon Strike Bouncer because it's just a decent thing to end on, because a lot of times you will end on having 2 level 6s, as you saw me make the one of these again at the end before I lost because of timeout. But you can play this end turn, and then you have a negate for a monster effect if the one thing they top deck is a monster. Like I said, this goes for OTKs and just summons out ritual monster fodder kind of for the deck, but also like Darkness Metal. Pleiades is like, I think it was just the best level 5, and you can just throw it on top of this too. So, or you can throw M7 right on top of it as well. So you can like bounce one of their things or bounce one of your cards on the field to the hand, which surprisingly can be relevant, and then you just throw this on top of itself in order to throw this on top, and then even though its effect can't be activated, that kind of sucks that turn, but oh well. It's still I still think it's like one of the better rank 5s to summon. Did I use the emeralds in the deck? Because at one point, I was playing a different Gishki, and I would often end up with a few level 4s, and it kind of was another way to shuffle things back and possibly keep going. And then I'm playing Avermax and Appaloosa, just because they're good cards, and if all else fails, they're pretty easy to make in this deck. As you see, you special summon a lot. So, nothing else, you make these two. Sorry, Yuja, as you saw, it can be used as like a play extender. And then we're playing the Nightmares and Area because we needed just decent link 2s, just so that we can get things off the field to keep going, because I ran into this issue where I needed both of the both of the monsters off the field and everything, and these two are the best, especially because this one doesn't care. It's just 2 waters, including a water monster, so you can link with the Labradite Dragon as long as you're also linking with your Gust Kraken. If you don't really want anything to return to your hand, let's say, it's because sometimes like I said, there are situations where it's going to come up and it's going to be really awkward. And same thing with Landfill Links. That's what these are for. Realistically, you could probably get away with playing like 2 or 3 of them at most, and then the rest can be flex slots. But yeah, that is the deck. You guys can tell me what you think of it, how you guys would improve it, and send me your replays if you want to. If you found ways to improve it and make the deck a little bit more consistent. It's not gonna be. I don't think it's ever gonna be like super consistent because of the way the deck operates. But you guys can tell me in the comment section below if Gishkis are like maybe one of your favorite things and decks and everything from back in the day, and now that you can hand loop again with them, if you're excited to play them or anything like that. And anyway, that's it for today. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, email is in the description. Been plugging that all video. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.